Hello, my name is Clint Eastwood. In 2008, I directed a movie called Gran Torino about an old man who meets a new generation of neighbors with different cultural beliefs. In this movie, I also play the character Walter Kowalski. The movie covers a range of complex topics like friendship, masculinity, and character development that are shown by different film techniques that include cinematography, lighting, language, and casting. I use camera angles, casting, and cinematography to show how Sue and Walter become friends. Sue first appears to Walter as a strong character. In the scene where Sue walks down the street and gets harassed by the men, she verbally fights back, making clever comebacks at the men, saying, "Oh great, another arsehole with a fetish for Asian girls." Sue is bold in the way she deals with the bullies. This contrasts the way that Tao deals with his bullying cousin, where he becomes shy and defensive. Emphasized by the casting choices of tall, intimidating men juxtaposing Sue's small figure, the audience can see that Sue's character is strong-minded and individual. Sue depicts the exact type of person that Walter enjoys the company of. Walter's barber, Martin, is a good comparison to Sue. His character is extremely individual and strong-minded, which is shown by the fascinating relationship that him and Walter have. In the scene where Walter introduces Martin to Tao, mid-shots are used to show that Martin and Walter are equal. This also emphasizes by the fact that both men are smiling at one another, makes the audience see that they are both good friends. Both characters of Sue and Martin have qualities of being strong-minded and individuality in common. The audience can see from this why Walter and Sue become friends. Another reason why Walter likes Sue is due to how American she comes across. This is very important to Walter as he has traditional values, making him not very accepting of the unique traditions of the Hmong culture. In the scene where Sue invites Walter to a Hmong barbecue, she can be seen through a mid-shot from Walter's perspective. Sue demonstrates strong charisma when talking to Walter, which strongly contrasts the way that other Hmong characters have interacted with Walter previously in the movie. In the background of frame, the American flag can be seen. This clever framing technique shows the audience that although Sue is influenced by Hmong culture from her family, she is also strongly influenced by the American culture. Because of this influence, Walter is more accepting of a friendship with her. This then leads to an even stronger relationship when the two engage in Hmong culture. Through my use of camera angles, casting, and cinematography, I show the audience how Sue and Walter become friends. This also allows the audience to understand how other relationships are made throughout Gran Torino. The respect between Tao and Walter is only shown when Tao displays his strong-minded masculine traits. I use cinematography and camera angles in the film to display this. Before the friendship of Walter and Tao, there's an ongoing theme of racism surrounding Walter. This is shown in the scene where he and his friends are at the bar making jokes. The men make jokes that are blatantly racist. The cinematography of this scene, the casting of older white men, setting of a classic bar, and dim synthetic lighting makes the audience associate the scene with racism and discrimination, as the mise-en-scène reminds them of instances throughout history or from other movies where racism and discrimination occur. When Walter first meets Tao at the wake for Mrs. Kowalski, Tao comes across as shy and timid when asking for jumper cables. The use of a high-angle shot that aims at Tao over the shoulder of Walter demonstrates to the audience that in that moment, Tao feels lower in status than his neighbor. This is not a quality of a strong-minded masculine person. As a result, Walter is disrespectful to Tao, calling him a zipperhead, and refusing to lend him the jumper cables. There is a crucial scene in the movie that leads to the respect between the two characters. In this scene, Walter and Tao are working together to lift a freezer up some stairs. The two are arguing about who should take the heavier weight, until Tao projects his voice, saying with anger, "Now you listen to me, old man." Also emphasized by the use of cinematography, that shows Tao as more elevated in the staged position and natural light shining on him, the audience can see for the first time Tao's masculine traits showing, displayed by the fact that Walter does not refer to Tao by Toad for the rest of the movie. There are clear signs of respect for Tao from Walter. Throughout Gran Torino, I use cinematography techniques to show that when Tao displays a strong masculine character, Walter shows respect for him. A montage is used to show the audience Tao's character growth. When Tao is fixing up the neighbor's house, a montage shows the different tasks he completes. Some of the shots in the montage are low-angle shots of Tao. This represents Tao's growth as a character. Similar shots are employed in superhero movies to indicate to the audience the character's power and strength. Tracking shots are also used to emphasize the effort that Tao is exerting to complete his tasks. Tao is digging up a tree stump. The tracking shot paired with his exhausted expression here makes the audience think of the difficulty that he would be having doing the task. In between each shot of Tao, long and mid shots of Walter looking proud display Walter as a father figure. The transitions between the shots morph into one another. By doing this, I show the audience the newfound similarities between Tao and Walter. This foreshadows Tao's eventual acquisition of Walter's car, and the symbol of Walter's masculinity. Throughout Gran Torino, I use different film techniques that include cinematography, lighting, language, and casting to affect the audience in different ways. These film techniques make the audience think about the relationships between characters, development in characters, and character masculinity. Thank you for watching.